Hey yo, what's up, fam? It's your boy, Big Una baby. You spell that UNAAH. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the first ever episode of the Infinitely Expanding Consciousness, man. I know that's a lot to take in. That's a big name. It's a weird name. I know that. You know, I picked the name basically just so it sounds cool. I don't know if it does. Y'all will tell me. I don't know, but yeah, man. Um, yeah, like I said, it's the first episode, what I'm saying, of the podcast. If this is a podcast, it's basically me. It's a one man show for now, me going on a rant, talking about, different topics. It's going to be different topics, man. Sometimes the same topics. I got a lot of ideas for this. It doesn't really have a general direction. It doesn't have a general direction, you know. But, I have some things I want to do on the podcast. Why the podcast, you might ask? Look, man, I just needed my slice, my slice of the internet, my corner of the internet, just to say my piece, you know what I'm saying? Connect to people, you know what I'm saying? Provoke meaningful discourse, meaningful discourse, talk about stuff you guys might not, think about, or, talk about stuff that, that's on all of our minds, so this is what, you know, the podcast is going to be about. You know, obviously, it's starting off. There's going to be a lot of hiccups, a lot of challenges, but we'll get through it. It's the first time I'm doing something like this. So I hope, I hope y'all can, bear with me. Y'all should. I hope y'all can bear with me. The scheduling for the podcast, I don't know, man. Like, it's I thought about something like once a week. So once a week on a Monday, I'm gonna drop the episodes. Like today, like this Monday, I dropped the episodes, and then from there on in, that's really what it's gonna be on Mondays. I'm gonna be dropping episodes. That's for now. If anything changes, obviously I'll tell you guys. Saying so that's the whole shebang for the scheduling. I thought I'm also thinking about doing some like type of mini documentaries. In the interim. So like maybe during the week I hit y'all with mini documentaries on like going in depth on certain topics that I might have touched on. On Mondays, like the mini docs. I'm not gonna say that you're gonna get them every week, but you'll get them. When I feel like, oh, this is a topic that I should really just elaborate on. It deserves its own little video, on the side. So we'll see how that actually plays out. Um, Man, there's just a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. I'm gonna be hitting y'all with quickies. Just boom in the middle of the week when y'all, don't suspect it, don't expect it. Just hit y'all with that good little quickie. You know what I'm saying? 5 minute video. If it's something, if it's a hot topic, something I just, I saw and I just really need to get out there. I'll hit y'all with that. Again, man, like this schedule is not written in stone. Because I got a lot of shit going on. I got school. I have a possible like little thing going on. I need to do my practicals, so I got my practicals lined up. So like I said, I'm gonna try my utmost best to actually stick to the scheduling. But if I don't pull up on Monday, just know, man. Just know, man. I'm out here grinding. I'm out here hustling for that shit. So yeah, that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? Why don't I have a camera? Okay, the reason I really don't have a camera is just I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really think it's necessary. We'll eventually get a camera. If y'all want me to get a camera, I'll get a camera. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should just tell me the bottom, like, hey man, in the comment section, hey man, we need you. We need to see your face and all that shit. But for now, man, I think my sweet serenading voice is more than enough for everybody, right? So yeah, man. There's a lot of shit. Like links to like my socials and all that shit. I'll post that at the end of the whole thing. The whole video. I'll post it at the end. But if y'all really want to get on top of it like that, you can just go to the bottom in the description. I'm sure I've if I don't forget, I'm gonna put all that good shit in the bottom. My IG, my Twitter. Um, I don't know if y'all use Facebook. I'll put my Facebook down there. If that's still a thing, I'll see. you know. What else? I don't know. I'll put my snap. I'll put my Snapchat if I haven't been on it for like a minute, but I'll put it in there most likely. Who knows? Maybe. Yeah. So yeah, man, that is basically the intro. It's me, Una. You know what I'm saying? Call me what you will, Una, big Una. You know what I'm saying? Baby Una. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, call me whatever, man. Like it's me. So let's jump into it, man. I don't know. I saw like it's 420. I'm recording this on 420. So happy belated 420. Y'all are gonna get this, way after 420. Happy belated 420. Um Man, when was the last time I hit a blunt, man? I hit a blunt like a couple of days ago. Yeah, a couple of days ago. It's been a minute since I hit a blunt, you know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since I hit that Zaza, you know what I'm saying? That herb, But yes, I think on Monday, so like a couple of days ago, it was a skinny ass blunt. I didn't want to, go comatose. I want to become like a zombie or none of that shit, bro. I want to get lockjaw. So like, I just kind of like, took a skinny ass blunt. So I smoked by myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've been smoking less lately, man. It's just, that shit just crazy, man. That shit just crazy. But yeah, I read like a paper from I think it was UP, University of Pretoria, or was it UCT, University of Cape Town? I don't know, one of the two, man. It was one of the two, but they're basically talking about like how the cannabis industry is just kind of underdeveloped in South Africa. I kind of agree. I've been saying this for a minute. Like the cannabis industry in South Africa is kind of it's man, it's underdeveloped, man. It's just crazy, man. And to think that the Constitutional Court, kind of made a ruling on it like in 2018, and it's like what 2020, and shit still hasn't changed. It just kind of shows you, man. Like South African government is actually quite slow when it comes to implementing what they talk about. I think it was who was the Minister of Finance, the current one right now. What's that dude's name? Tito Mboweni, yeah. Tito Mboweni was talking about it. He was on some shit like, hey, man, we going, by 2025, 2024, we going to try and get this cannabis shit in South Africa kind of, up and kicking. I don't know, man. Like, we'll see. But, UCT or was it UP? I forgot, man. I think I'll put the link in the bottom. There's going to be so many links in the bottom. But whatever, check it. So, yeah, they were talking about it, man. They were like, it's underdeveloped. There's, like, so much potential for growth, they're like there was also like I read another thing before I read the the paper from the university, right? I read like the draft for the what is it called again? The draft for national cannabis. No. Man, it's some long ass shit from the Department of Agriculture. It's talking about cannabis and all that shit, like how it's gonna be implemented. Just like a whole lot of boring jargon. I don't want to really bore you guys with it. I went through it. It's still the same old shit. They're not really saying anything different, nothing too crazy. In my honest opinion, we're not gonna see like the legalization, like the full legalization of cannabis in South Africa anytime soon. I think minimum 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years, because there's just a whole lot of bullshit, man. People are kind of throwing in their personal beliefs into this thing, and there's just a whole lot of bureaucracy. It's gonna be a hella slow process, you know. And then again, man, it's like I think we're really losing out, man. It's like the cannabis industry. Last time I checked, it was like a 300 billion dollar like global industry, right? And like 300 billion, that's like when you convert it into rand, South African rand, that's a lot of money, man. That's like, let me do a quick calculation in my head. I think that's like 4.3 trillion rand. I don't know. Fact check me. I think it's correct. I don't know. Maybe I'm pulling these numbers out my ass, but that's what it is. Really, it's somewhere there, man. Somewhere close to that, man. 4.3 trillion rand, man. It's like a crazy ass thing, man. It's a crazy ass amount. Like, and to think about it, and man. Okay, so basically, in like the paper from the, it's not really a paper. It's more of a review. They had like a webinar, and they had different panelists from like industry professionals talking on it. So it was just like a whole thing. So basically, I read it off the website, and there was a lot of shit on it. So yeah, basically the gist of it is South Africa's cannabis industry is well and good. It has a valuation of like 2.3 million. rand. Two, no, no, not 2.3 million, man. No, let me check it. I had it written down here somewhere. Oh yeah, 23 million, 23 million rand. Now that's a big chunk, man. That's a big chunk. 23 million rand. This is like without regulation, without anybody, without like government intervention. Might I say, it's a little under the table side of things, but whatever, man. We all know how it works. It has a valuation of 23 million rand. That's a lot. That's a lot. 23 million rand for like shit that like the government has no hand in. It okay, fine. It's not like big number industry, but it's getting there. It's getting there, and I think also the valuation is highly like it's on a it's like a high, it's undervaluation basically. It's highly undervalued because 23 million sounds good, but when you really think of it in the bigger scope, man, I was reading statistic that said like South Africa has 900,000 cannabis farms. 900,000 cannabis farms, spread out mostly in the Eastern Cape and KwaZulu Natal. So that's kind of like, yeah, it's a thing. But 900,000 is not a small number, man. 900,000, you know, uh, cannabis farms. That's a lot. That fuck a lot, man. A lot doesn't even put it in perspective, man. And they were talking about some ungodly number of hectares that were just used for cannabis, like just some crazy amount, man. And I was like, damn, okay, this is actually something that a lot of people aren't really taking seriously, but it is what it is. You know, basically my thought, my perspective on it is we're losing out. Cannabis has so many uses, man. Besides the whole recreational smoking shit, man. I think when you look at hemp as a plant, hemp has so many uses. You know, um, you can make clothes out of hemp, food. You can make plastics out of hemp. Like there's just so much that we're losing out on when it comes to hemp and in general. And then the weird thing is, here's the weird thing. The problem I have with people's relationship with cannabis is that it's not really it's not based on facts. There's a lot of misconceptions about it. And look, we all know the thing. There's a lot of misconceptions about marijuana, man. Everybody that smokes marijuana isn't a lazy fuck, man. All that shit. Like we all know that, right? But like I was walking the store, right? I was walking in the store. The store, it's the store that will not be named. We all know the store. It's always oh man, it's always enthralled in like controversies, man. Okay, I'm gonna say the name. I was walking in Clicks. Okay, I was walking in Clicks. No, no, I wasn't even walking in Clicks. I was walking in another drugstore. I forgot the name of this one though. Let me think about it real quick. What's the name? I don't know, man. It's just another big, franchise chain type, drugstore in South Africa. You know, fuck, I forgot the name. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. So I'm walking in there. I was with this other chick, right? Friend of mine. We're walking in, and it's like, okay, fine. We're walking in, and then I ask him like, hey man, like, what are we looking for? Well, no, what are we looking for? What are you looking for? What are you looking for? And then she's like, no, man, I'm looking for this other type of thing. I saw it on a YouTube video. What supposedly, she was like, it's supposed to help with stress and anxiety. Blah blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then she's like, it's an all natural supplement, man. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then she's like, you'll see it. And then she was really kind of, I don't know, weird about it, right? Because I know this person. She's really kind of against, like cannabis, wholeheartedly. She's one of those people, man. Marijuana's the devil's lettuce. You know what I'm saying? Those type of people. She's my friend, but okay, yeah, man. So fine, we're walking, and then we're in the aisles, deep in the aisles, and then it's behind like one of those glass cases where you have to call a store employee to open it up and all that shit. The whole ordeal. So yeah, the store employee comes over, and then they get the shit, and I'm like, what is it? What is it? What's this thing that I had to drive all the way here for? What is it? And then she's like, no, it's the CBD oil, blah 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 blah. It's all natural because I'm writing exams, and my exams are so hectic, and but I'm like, CBD oil, man. In my mind, I'm like, does she even know this shit comes from cannabis? And I want to burst her bubble. I didn't want to turn it into a whole thing. I'm 100% sure she knew it came from cannabis because, like, man, you type in CBD oil, it's going to tell you, man, it's like a oil derived from cannabis, the cannabis plant, a cannabis plant with low THC, low to none THC, so yeah, that's the thing, a lot of people's relationship with marijuana is kind of built on, a lot of false conceptions, a lot of wrong information, but it'll get better. It'll get better. I hope people stop saying dumb shit about marijuana, but we can only hope. We can only hope. And okay, so yeah, speaking of getting high and doing big things while you're high, our boy Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying? Man, this dude's been doing a lot lately, man. He's been doing a lot, man. So I don't even know where to start when I want to talk about this dude, man. If it's not him connecting, a monkey's brain to be able to play like a fucking video game. He's out here flying rockets. If he's not flying rockets, he's out here building supercars. If he's not building supercars, he's digging tunnels under fucking Las Vegas and Los Angeles. If he's not doing that, he's building bricks. If he's not building bricks, he's out here, fucking talking about Dogecoin. So, man, the boy from Pretoria has been doing a lot, man. The dude from Pretoria has been doing a lot. Shout out to him. So yeah, man. I don't know. So yeah, basically, I read this a long time ago. There's a company in South Africa. It's called Rubicon. Rubicon basically is it's really in the solar panel industry, the solar panel space. Green energy. Energy storage, so batteries and all that type of shit. So they're really into that. So they're trying to get into the EV market in the sense of they're trying to really be the first groundbreakers in like charging ports in South Africa or in Africa. They're trying to be the first. So they really bought a Tesla Model X and brought it in, and now there's a Tesla Model X. I don't know if I'm correct in saying that this is the first Tesla in South Africa, because I think there was another Tesla that was brought in before this. So I can't say it's the first Tesla on Africa, on the African continent, but I think I can say it's the first Tesla in South Africa, because I think there was another one in, I think, Kenya or Ghana. It wasn't brought in by Rubicon. It was brought in by a private buyer, some rich dude. There's a bunch of rich dudes in Africa. So yeah, it was brought in by a private buyer. So, but this is the first Tesla in South Africa, and it out of all the Teslas, this is the one that I like the most, the Model X, and then the second to the Model X for me personally would be the Model S. I would say the Cybertruck, but the Cybertruck isn't even in production yet, so I'm not even gonna talk on. Well, I'm gonna talk on it, but I won't even put it on the list on like my favorite EVs. So yeah, Rubicon is out here, man. A lot of people are posting on Twitter. Hey, I saw a Tesla today in Cape Town. It's in Cape Town. I don't know if it's still in Cape Town. They were saying they're gonna do a whole exhibit. Bring it all over. All over the country, different cities, different convention centers. Do a whole thing. Man, there was a lot they were talking about. I read this off their website. They were talking about they're gonna be lobbying with government to really just fast track the whole legislation around EVs. Even then, Tesla still has a problem when it comes to South Africa. The full self driving is going to be a huge hurdle to kind of sell to the South African government that, you're going to have cars that are going to be driving themselves. I know they're in the beta. I can't really hear you guys screaming down in the comments, oh no, man, you don't know what you're talking about, man. No, like I know they're in the beta stages, so it's not really full self driving yet. It's like more like full self-driving light, but they're getting there. Their cars can, from what I can tell, they can do a bunch of shit. They can drive in a straight line. They can merge with traffic. They can. Man, look, there's a bunch of shit, man. I can't even name the shit that Tesla can do. You can fucking call it with your car. It has this thing where you call it and then like it drives to you. Okay, so there's a lot of shit the car can do, right? I might not know everything, but I know some shit. I've seen a couple videos, right? And then I've seen, it's been upgraded a little bit. They're moving away from the conventional steering wheel. They're coming in with the yoke, that weird ass shit. I heard the Model S, yeah, the revised version, the new version, the Model S, it's going to be able to, it doesn't have a gear shifter, so it's going to be able to tell if you want to go forward or in reverse. So there's a lot of shit, man. There's a lot of shit going on with Tesla in general, right? So yeah, man, the Model X, I can't get it out of my head. The Model X, it goes from what, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in like 2.5 seconds or some shit like that. Some crazy stat. It's a crazy stat, But another thing with EVs is like, besides Tesla and full self-driving, EVs, man, are kind of expensive, to be honest. We've seen the likes of the Nissan Leaf. BMW had a little one. I'm not talking about the i8, but they had a little one in the same category, size-wise, when it comes to the Nissan Leaf. I'm not even sure what it's called, but EVs are expensive. The only time I've ever seen an EV was with the i8. I've seen a couple i8s. Just by moving around Johannesburg, I've seen a couple of them. Again, luxury vehicles. Even a Tesla, the Model X. Some might say, not even some. It is a luxury vehicle. It's like if you had to convert the price of a Tesla Model X into rands, it would well be in the millions of rands. So it and I'm talking about the fully specced out one, the fully specced out, the performance one. Well, not performance, it's actually plaid. So I think it's plaid. I checked the website. It's the plaid version. The plaid version is the performance version. So yeah, man, there's a lot of challenges when it comes to shifting South Africa into the EV space. Charging ports. We don't have charging ports. We have a couple of them, but they're not really a big thing. So if you have an EV, I'm always wondering, like, where are you charging? Are you charging at home? Do these big companies, your BMW, your Volkswagen, because I know the Volkswagen, they have EVs too. I'm not sure if they're available in South Africa, but would they make like? Because I know with Tesla, you have like this thing that you plug into your wall socket, and then you can charge at home. So I don't know if these companies are going to be adopting the same style or what's going to happen. But I have questions when it comes to this, because I looked once on Google Map. Was it on Google Map? Okay, I searched up like charging stations, in general, and I saw there were barely any, man. There were barely any. Most of them were at car dealerships, and car dealerships are far. Well, they're not far. They're few and far in between. That's what I wanted to say. They're few and far in between. So there's that. Look, man, EVs, they're coming for sure, but I don't know how quickly we're gonna see them on the streets. You know, bruh, like we barely even see hybrids. Okay, I'm lying. I see a hybrid every day. My neighbor has a fucking Toyota Prius. My neighbor has that, so I see a hybrid every day. The dude is always pulling up with his car and all that shit. So yeah, but other than that, you barely do see hybrids. So I don't know how quickly or even if we're gonna see like an adoption of EVs on the African continent. I'm talking about South Africa. I'm talking about in general Africa. I don't know if we are gonna see an adoption of EVs, but let's hope. Let's hope. EVs are the future. You look at EVs, and then you look at your regular combustion engines. You're like, EVs generally come out on top when it comes to performance, handling, uh the reaction time, because there's not a lot. It's a pretty close reaction time when it comparing like motors, electrical motors, to combustion engines. Like combustion engine, the response time, basically, I'm trying to say the response time, like when you put your foot down on the pedal for combustion engine, is like it's really fast too, maybe like close, just under 1 second or something like that. But with an electric motor, man, we're talking in the milliseconds, we're talking in a flash. Like you put your foot down and it's instant response. So there's that. And then plus with Tesla, man, you got that full self-driving. So when you talk about full self-driving, you know Elon said that it brings it down, like the chance of having an accident is 10 times less with his cars. But this is with Tesla data, so we're not really sure. We haven't really had an independent verification. And then we also know that there was an accident with a Tesla. I'm not really sure what the accident was, but and the information around the accident is actually quite murky. We don't really know a lot, but what we do know is that full self-driving wasn't enabled, so it wasn't the cause of the accident. In fact, um, from what I've read is like the so basically with a Tesla, you have an option of picking out what you want, the specs of the car. So you want the specs of the car, so from the color to everything, man, even to the point where you can choose if you want full self-driving. And then with this particular incident and the particular car, full self-driving wasn't actually included in the purchase, so the car didn't even have full self-driving. But then the weird thing is, from what I've read, again, apparently there wasn't a driver in the driver's seat. Yeah, I had to pause on that one. So there wasn't a driver in the driver's seat, but yet the car didn't even have full self-driving. So what the fuck was going on? I don't know if I'm getting the facts correct, but that's basically what happened, right? And now there's a huge thing, because it's like basically when it comes to, man, there's a lot I have to say on this. So okay, let me start from the beginning. Basically, if you are in an accident, if you're in an accident with an electric car, you have a big problem on your hands, because most, if not all, electric cars on the road right now use lithium ion batteries. And if y'all don't know, I'm gonna tell you now. I do engineering, so I've read up on this a little bit. So I'm a little clued in when it comes to this shit, right? I do engineering, at school, so this is what it is. Lithium ion batteries are very, when it comes to like fires and shit like that, you're screwed. You're basically screwed. If you're in an accident and it's a lithium ion battery and it gets punctured, you, it's best just to start praying, because that shit goes up in flames quickly. And I've seen it personally. Many a times. You know, doing practicals, the person doesn't know what they're doing. They fuck up, and then you just see a puff of smoke, and then a flame, and then something. I've seen one explode, but it wasn't a big thing. It was just like like one of those big boy batteries, not the double A's, but the thicker ones. I've seen those explode. It wasn't at school. It was actually I think at home or some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, if you have a lithium ion battery that's on fire, you know, you're screwed. And then you factor in thermal runaway. It becomes a whole thing. You know, so it was a problem when like the firefighters came and they tried to extinguish the fire. It just took a whole lot of water. I think there was something in the range of 30,000 gallons of water was used to fucking put out the flames. So it was crazy. It was crazy. And R.I.P. to it. To all the lives lost in that accident. It sounded horrific. There's a lot of speculations on both sides, on Team Elon, on people against Elon, saying, "Oh no, the Tesla full self-driving was the problem," but we just found out that the car didn't even have full self-driving. And a lot of people are backing Elon, and they're saying, "No, it wasn't the full self-driving. The dudes in the car were drunk." And I think they were drunk. I don't know. I've read something along those lines, like they were intoxicated and all that shit. So I don't know how. We'll see how it plays out. But this is Tesla took a dent reputation wise. Not a big one. Not even a dent, more like a ding. Not even a ding, more like a scratch. So yeah, man, it's there's a lot, man. But again, I was talking about the Tesla, not even the Tesla, the Neuralink monkey. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen the video, I'm sure I'm playing it in the background right now. So y'all should see it. It's the Tesla. No, why do I keep saying Tesla? It's the Neuralink monkey, man. I forgot his name. So basically, this Neuralink monkey, it's playing a video game. As you can see, it has the Neuralink implanted in its skull. It's doing them things, man. There's a whole explanation to how it works. So it's like the Neuralink is implanted in the monkey's skull. The surgery was done by a robot, and so basically the Neuralink would track the monkey's fucking brain waves while he's playing it with a joystick, and then fuck, I can't even explain it. There's a lot. It's so technical. Well, it's not technical, but I forgot it. I literally forgot it. Basically, this is how it works. The monkey plays the video game with the joystick first. Then the Neuralink kind of maps out like the brain activity while it's playing with the joystick, right? And then like the monkey's given a smoothie in like when he plays the game correctly with his mind. So it's like positive reinforcement, and then from positive reinforcement, the monkey learns like, oh, if I think about playing the game, actually, get a treat, and it's basically that. It's a whole thing. Look, man, it's a monkey playing a video game with his brain. So I don't know what more you guys. What more do you guys want? What more do you guys want? Like, do you even need an explanation? You can see, man, it's the monkey. There's a smoothie. It's playing fucking ping pong with his fucking brain, man. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm just amazed. I'm just blown away. Elon, man, he's Elon and the Neuralink team. They're just doing big things, man. We first saw it with the pigs, and the pigs were making noises. Okay, I'm gonna admit that the first time I saw it with the pigs, I wasn't that impressed. I was like, so the pig is kind of like just sniffing around, and then the Neuralink kind of maps that, and then it turns that into like audible sound. I guess that's basically the whole gist of it. But Neuralink, man, you should look it up if you haven't looked it up. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've looked it up before. You should look it up. It's gonna be a game changer in just so many industries. I'm talking from prosthetic limbs to mental disabilities. Elon just he said it, man. This thing's gonna revolutionize how we interact with the world. So the future is now, man. The future is now, and it's here, man. It's just here, man. I'm just still amazed. Just still amazed. But yeah, I was on Twitter the other day, and then I saw the shoe, right? So the shoe is actually it's called, how should I even say this? The name of the shoe is Drip, right? Like drip, yeah, drip. The drip you're thinking of, DRIP, Drip. So I'm just gonna call it the Drip shoe. It looks pretty cool, man. It's I like it. I saw it, and okay, before I go any further, this is not some sort of like paid promotion. I'm not affiliated with these dudes in any way. I just like their product. It looks cool. I'm thinking of buying it. It's not they start off with 700, from 700 rand going on into like 1.2 or something like that. Somewhere there, I don't know. But it's a nice shoe, man. It looks like a nice shoe. I'm thinking of buying it, when I get my money right. So I'll tell y'all if I buy it, when I buy it, maybe. Who knows? Check it out. Go check out their website. It looks cool. Yeah, basically, it looks cool. Yeah. What else? Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's back, guys. I don't know if y'all saw the trailer. I'm happy. It's been a minute. Well, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. Yeah. It's been a minute without our favorite alcoholic, and without our favorite alcoholic and retarded teen. So, Rick and Morty, man, it's coming in. I think in the next month or 2 months. And actually, I forgot the date, but it's coming in. A whole lot of crazy, just like the usual. So yeah. So the only question now is, how do I watch it? Do I watch every episode, or do I let like every episode come out and then binge watch from season one up until the latest episode? That's what my friend does. I have a friend that does that. He doesn't watch any new seasons of Rick and Morty. He waits until all the episodes are released, and then he binge watches from season one up until the latest season. And he's been doing that ever since Rick and Morty dropped. So he's always like well behind everybody. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll join him. Maybe I'll see how it feels, because I've binge watched a lot of Rick and Morty. Since the end of the last season, I've binge watched a lot. So I might just binge watch it, and I might just wait for all the episodes to drop and then binge watch it from season one up until the latest season. It wouldn't be that bad. It'd be an experience. I could make a day out of it. Just one Saturday, stay at home, and just watch, bang out those Rick and Morty episodes one after another. So yeah, I could see that being a thing. Yeah. What else? So yeah, this killed me. This killed me. Right. I was watching this interview with the dude from Roommates. I forgot his name. I like the dude. I'm subscribed to his channel. Go check his channel out. Roommates. I'll put it up right here. So yeah, the dude from Roommates, right? He was on another podcast. I forgot what the podcast is. I'm sure you guys should see it on screen right now. I'm not gonna play the audio because, well, y'all should check it out, right? So it's basically an interview between these dudes and the guy from Roommates, and Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels. If you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, I don't know which rock you're living under, but Kevin Samuels was there too, but he came in later. So yeah, man, Kevin Samuels, yeah, he was there. He was part of the. Okay, let me start from the beginning, actually. So basically, this interview is between the dude from Roommates and some other guys from another particular podcast. I'll also link them in here, just to give them shout out. They were actually they had these OnlyFans, yeah, the OnlyFans chicks on, right? So I don't actually know these chicks. I'm not really clued in with like OnlyFans like the models that are doing OnlyFans. I know of OnlyFans and like the whole industry. It's sort of like you pay a certain subscription fee to get access to like pornographic videos, lewd photos. It's in the adult entertainment sphere. It's really taken off during the whole COVID-19 pandemic. So it's a thing, right? So they had these OnlyFans uh ladies on, these chicks, these females, and the main what I got from it was basically it was just sort of a discussion around the whole dynamics of OnlyFans. Like more specifically the business aspect of it. Because at the end of the day, we can, you can go into like the mental gymnastics of it, of really just uh, trying to debate the morality of porn, OnlyFans and all that. But at the end of the day, it's a business, man. It's the adult entertainment sphere is a big business. It's big money. We're talking billions, if not trillions of dollars. It's crazy. We're I like to say we're a depraved society. Like that's what it is. Like it shows. Like it just shows, man. It just shows. But back to what I was saying, right? So it's like these OnlyFans chicks, they were there. It's three of them, and these dudes are actually trying to put them onto some game, like because the general trend is, you start doing OnlyFans, you get a bunch of money, and then that's it. Then you just continue doing OnlyFans. That's the general trend for, I would say, 99.9% of all these OnlyFans like girls, right? Every time I've heard of, like, I hear about them, it's just the same old, same old. They get a bunch of money and then that's it. They just continue doing OnlyFans, and then that's basically what these dudes are saying. Like, they don't really see a whole lot of like long term thinking when it comes to the OnlyFans community. And I'm like, that's fair enough. I can see that being a thing because honestly, that's the thing. It's the same thing with rappers. It's the same thing with professional athletes. It's the same thing with um these OnlyFans chicks, man. It's the same thing. They're not putting their money away. Well, again, like rappers nowadays are actually quite smart. They're trying to, diversify. They're into all these things, stocks, bonds. I would clearly just say stay away from bonds. That's a whole nother topic for another day. But look, yeah, they're really getting into it. Same thing with professional athletes. They're really trying to be on top of their money. Trying to diversify, doing all the right things. Not spending their money too recklessly, all that shit, right? So yeah, these OnlyFans like chicks, there's really none of that. We don't really see into the like. We've never really heard anything of them doing anything productive financially, and that's not to say that they don't. I'm not a person to like pocket watch. I don't like looking at other people's finances and discussing other people's finances. In context of like oh no, you make this amount of money. Why this that. I'm not that type of person. If I'm gonna discuss someone's finances, it's gonna be in like a productive manner, in a sense of like what can we learn from this? How can we, implement this in our own lives and shit like that? That's the type of dude I am. I don't really like getting into people's finances and, you know, start, fucking getting too deep into it. So yeah, it's basically they were basically trying to get them on the game, and these girls weren't having it, man. They weren't having it. But I also think the whole like from the beginning of the conversation, man, these girls were out of the element, because a lot of these dudes, I would say they are of average intelligence to of above average intelligence on the minimum, like on the minimum scale. You know, they are well articulated. They can they can really construct. How can I say this? They are well articulated. They're not like me. They don't fumble on their words. Even if they do, they can get their point across really well. And I don't think these girls are in an environment where that's kind of the norm or the culture. They're not in an environment where that's kind of a thing. So they're already out of their element when they're with these guys, especially Kevin Samuels, man. Like, I wouldn't want to be in the hot seat, with Kevin Samuels on the other end, because that dude, he would just tear you apart. That's what I've seen from videos, and that's the same thing that happened to these girls, man. Kevin just came in and you know tore them apart, man. And two of the girls ended up leaving. They kind of just left off, and they only came back when Kevin kind of dropped the call. So oh man, it was crazy, man. And then man, one of the girls, there were three of them. Two kind of left when Kevin kind of just started hammering on them, and then one of them just kind of stayed to kind of see what's up, to see if these what these dudes are saying is actually legit. Can she gain anything? I don't know if that's really what happened, or she just was kind of paralyzed. Paralysis of the analysis. So yeah, that's kind of happened. They were trying to put these girls on game, but these girls were kind of defending themselves, saying that, oh man, we're making all this money. We're making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And if you're really into OnlyFans and you're making that kind of money, I'm happy for you. Shout out to you. Bless up. Keep making that money. But at the end of the day, I also believe that that money isn't forever. You're not going to be making that money for 10 years. There's no way in hell. Even if you're making big sums of money, you're not going to be making 100,000 per month, $100,000 per month. You're not going to be making that forever. It's going to drop off at some point. There's always going to be someone, the same, man. There's always someone out there, someone younger, someone better, someone with bigger tits, someone that's just sexier. Just there's going to be someone more attractive on the market, on this OnlyFans, market, if OnlyFans is still around at that time. It's like I always say this, man. Look at like the porn stars we've had in the last 10 years. Like, how many of them are actually still relevant? How many of them are still getting that bag, in the same way they were getting it in the beginning? Not many of them. Not many of them. You remember there was once a time when Mia Khalifa was like her content was just, super hot. It was just like the thing. And nowadays, you don't hear shit from like Mia Khalifa. I heard she's having financial problems. She's suing the company that kind of hired her to be a porn actor. What is it? Bang Bros or Banger Bros or some shit like that. It's that suing that company. I don't know. So it's the same thing, man. It's like there are very few porn stars in the last 10 years, 15 years that are still like relevant and still, making that money the way they were before. I think the only person I could ever name was Amber Rose. She's doing her own thing. I'm not really clued into Amber Rose that much. The only reason I know Amber Rose because she was kind of involved with Kanye, and if it wasn't for that, I don't think I'd know anything about Amber Rose, honestly speaking. And that's not a shot to Amber Rose. I'm 100% sure she's built like her own little, well, not little, her own, you know, her own brand in her own space. I'm not really clued in that much. I saw something she was doing with 2 Chainz on that thing. He has most expensivest, the way he drinks like expensive whiskey, smokes expensive blunts, and does just like expensive shit. But yeah, back to what I say. The OnlyFans chicks, man, they were not having it. They were kind of saying Kevin Samuels is an old head. He doesn't know anything about OnlyFans, and Kevin did kind of admit that he really didn't know. He might not know as much as he should about OnlyFans, but he knows business. And Kevin Samuels has been around the block. The way he explains it, he's been doing business for decades. So he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. So yeah, man, it was just funny. Like the girl on the side, there was one point where she couldn't even form like a coherent sentence. Where it was just so hard for her to like form a coherent sentence because, like I said, I don't think these girls, they don't. Fuck. Shit's falling out here. But anyway, yeah, they're not in an environment where that's kind of a thing. Where you have these types of conversations. It was just from the onset, from the beginning. I just saw like it was bad. It was just bad for these chicks, you know. But man, OnlyFans, man. I don't think I'm gonna do it justice by just giving it like a short segment. I might talk about it a little bit, in depth later on, but I don't think so. It's weird for me, man. Like if you're a dude or you're a chick and you're out here subscribing for OnlyFans, I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, aren't there anything like? Isn't there anything better you could use your money for? Like that shit's some of this shit's like $15 a month. You convert that into rand, man. That's like what 300 rand per month for nudes and like porn videos and shit like that. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's just crazy for me. Honestly speaking, just get a gym membership. Get a gym membership. Or save your money, stack your money up, stack that bread up. Save up for something worth it, man. Invest in stocks. If you're a crypto person, a crypto dude, a crypto gal, buy yourself some ETH, buy yourself some Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you should. That's not financial advice, okay? Like, don't fucking go buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and then come back and be like, oh, this dude ruined my life. No, I'm just saying if that's your thing, take up a course, fucking go to the movies, man. Are they even open because of, the whole thing we're going through right now, the pandemic? But yeah, man, it's weird for me. I can't re-wrap my head around the whole OnlyFans thing. I'm not just like shooting shots at people that fucking subscribe at that. Do what you will. It's your money, your time. You know, it's your life, man. Do whatever. But it's weird for me. It's weird. It's weird. It's just weird for me, man. I can't wrap my head around it. But like I said, at the end of the day, you can do all the mental gymnastics that you want. It's at the end of the day, it's a business. There's big money involved, so you gotta treat it like a business, man. You gotta treat it like a business. Give it the respect that it deserves, like a business, And yeah, so yeah, that's that. I think this is the last thing I'm gonna talk about because I've been rambling on for what, good 40 minutes now, something like that. So yeah, I saw these glizzy robots, these soft glizzy robots. Man, but look at these things, man. They really do look like glizzies. So yeah, these robots are kind of powered by pneumatics. Pneumatics being air, pressurized air. That's what they're powered by. The dudes in the video, I can't really remember much from it, um, but the gist of it is these robots are, they're soft robots. When I saw them, the first thing I remembered was, you remember Big Hero 6, that inflatable robot, that white one. Yeah, that one. That's what I remembered it, and they're kind of going for the same thing, but these ones are more modeled after, vines that grow like. Have you ever seen those plants that have like long, thin vines that kind of like grow towards the sunlight? Um, yeah, those ones. They're kind of modeled after that. So the basic premise is that these robots, since they're air, like they're soft, and then they use pressurized air. They can lift heavy things relatively easy because of really just how air pressure works, and the relative area of contact of the robot, so they can lift heavy shit, right? And look, they can lift heavy shit. They can go through small tight spaces. They were talking about how they can be used for surgery. Man, it's pretty interesting. There's like, it's really involved. I'm not gonna lie, it's really involved. Hella nerdy shit. Just look at these dudes, nerds, all of them. I'm a nerd, but they're big nerds. These dudes are big nerds, head honcho of nerds. If there was a nerd hierarchy, these dudes would be at the top. You know, I'm joking. Shout out to these dudes. They are really progressing. The robotic space. Taking it in a different way. You might see these robots. Look, it's a pretty interesting thing. I watched the video, read up a little bit on it. Check it out. Definitely check it out, man. Yeah, I think that's enough for today. Um, yeah, that's enough for today. Let me check. I said I'm gonna give you all my socials, right? Uh, so on Twitter, I don't have this shit memorized. I don't memorize stuff like this. Okay, yeah. On Twitter, you can catch me at little underscore una little under what is it? Fuck, what is it? No, okay, yeah, it's at little underscore una underscore gang. So at little una gang. This time you spell the una a little bit differently. You spell it UNA basically. Or just go on Twitter and search Una Baby. You're gonna find me. That's what I save myself as. That's for Twitter. Let me check IG. But again, like I said, I'm gonna put all the shit in the description. So you don't really have to stress about memorizing all this shit. Okay, and then, oh shit, I didn't even know this. On IG, I'm still Una Baby. So you spell this one UNAAH underscore baby, Una Baby. You'll see me. I'm sure I'll also put it like I'll put photos of my shit right here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. So again, this has been the episode 1, the first episode. I think it went pretty well. There's a couple of hiccups. I can already hear it. I've played back the audio recording a couple times. I can hear a couple of clicks and pops. I don't know if it's gonna come through on your guys' end, but it came through on mine. I think I fucked up on the settings on my DAW, on my digital audio workstation. I think I fucked up on that. I'm using FL12. I know there's FL20, but I haven't even really gotten around to upgrading it. So I think I fucked up on the settings when it came to the buffer length. I think the buffer length was way too low, so that's why I'm getting these pops and clicks. And plus, I'm using an old ass laptop. It's she's barely holding on, guys. These are one of the hurdles I was talking about, man. Like my laptop, she's holding on, but barely, man. She's really just holding on by thread. So yeah, she just, yeah. But again, I'll definitely see you guys next week Monday. Hopefully, um, if hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, follow me on the socials. If you're watching this on IGTV, fucking follow me on IG. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a Discord server up so we can just, have something on the side where we can form a little community, see what's up. You guys can, send me some shit that you want me to talk about. Again, if you want me to talk about something, man, just hit me up. The DMs are open. You know how it works. Just at me on Twitter, and then I'll see it, and then you know yeah. So I'll try to keep you guys as updated as humanly possible on like the process of a certain like of videos, and if there's any shit, this shit just keeps falling. It just fucking keeps falling. Damn. Okay, yeah. I'll try and keep you guys updated. And yeah, man, there's not more I could say. If you watched, you know, this long video, I'm really thankful. I appreciate it. Um, you know, you should check out the clips. I'm gonna be dropping the clips. The clips are more time stamped. So yeah. But thanks for listening. Basically, thanks for listening. See you guys next week. Same time, same place. The Infinitely Expanding Consciousness Podcast, episode 1. Perfect. You know, shit, perfect, man, just perfect. Man, have a great day. You know, stay safe, all that good shit. See you next week Monday.